A new gameplay trailer has been released for Resident Evil 7 Biohazard at Gamescom, with people attending the event getting to play the demo named Lantern, although this time it's confirmed that this is part of the game. So now we get an insight into what the game will actually be like. Now, I'm not at Gamescom, so I won't be getting a hands-on feel for the game just yet. I am sure this will be part of the demo that Capcom will be releasing at a later date for all the platforms that the game will be coming to next year. I decided to do a bonus breakdown video on this trailer, but I've had a cold this week. As you can hear, my voice is kind of weird. Sorry about that, couldn't do anything about it, shouldn't be too bad. So the trailer starts off with a woman named Mia standing in what looks like a cave, explaining to someone named Ethan that they don't expect much from them, maybe a younger relative, going further to say that she is unsure what happened to her and that there's something they need to know. She is then interrupted by the appearance of what has been confirmed to be Margaret Baker, part of the Baker family that was explained to us by Andre the producer. I think we met her husband in the beginning hour playable teaser. Nice guy. Mia runs off trying to avoid Margaret and her lantern. I guess now that I think about it, flashlights just aren't as scary. This turns into a game of hide and seek in this very cozy looking home. Mia now having to look for a way to escape while trying to avoid being caught. There also seems like there is a heartbeat system when playing hide and seek. As enemies get closer, the character's heart starts to beat faster, and I can assume this will be accompanied by vibrating controls. We then get a look at the first hint of puzzles in the game, this one looking like what must be a shadow puzzle of some kind, the player needing to find an item to place on the pedestal in a certain way to cast a shadow to reveal / unlock something that is needed to escape. While Mia is trying to avoid her very rude host, we get a glimpse at the setting this section of the game takes part in. Looks like a swamp of some kind. Seeing what looks like a water tower and other structures nearby, this would have to be a mansion judging by the size of the buildings. It's being confirmed that the game will be taking place on a plantation in Dalvey, Louisiana. This is most likely not that location, but one that is related to the main narrative of the game. Mia is then led into what looks like the scripted ending of this found footage recording, trying to escape via a, as odd as it sounds, well-used crawl space underneath the mansion. Also the place where Jack Baker keeps the lawnmower. Probably don't get to use that much in the swamp. At the end of this crawl space, Margaret, using some of her horror movie villain powers of inexplicably taking out all the light sources in the room, leaving Mia in the dark for a second, then gets in her face about wanting to leave. The hospitality skills of the Baker family aside, this trailer has given us a look into how the stealth sections in the game will be going. Seems to be quite a standard hide and seek mode, stay out of the sight while the enemy patrols the area, usually having to gather an item or so to open the door to escape. The prospect of puzzles in the game gets me excited. I'm a huge fan of the maze-like map design of classic survival horror, and the logic puzzles that didn't seem to make the cut in the later games in the series. Looking forward to pushing some statues onto pressure pads, using some kind of animal emblem, looking at paintings, pushing at buttons, and will it finally be the return of the square crank? Oh my god! Yes! There isn't much else that can be seen from the trailer itself. It still looks to play like beginning hour, that probably being a stripped version of the full game. Capcom are holding their cards close to their chest this time around, not wanting to reveal too much, betting on the mystery of it all to build hype over time. Another thing confirmed by a producer of the game is that these found footage sections will be replacing the notes from the older games. Notes are the bits of flavor text that can be found throughout the game, giving some backstory as to what has happened in the area before your character came running through. Much like in beginning hour, finding tapes lying around and using the information you learn by going through the footage to help you in your current situation. Similar to what was done with the notes in the older games, usually having passwords hidden within their pages. While I hope they don't completely remove the notes from the game, I like this mechanic in the playable teaser. Was there anything that makes it different to other horror games that I've seen? There's a great potential for crazy puzzles, and I'm glad to hear that it's such a prominent role in the full game. It's just gonna be weird going around gathering a VHS collection while playing the game, stopping to watch the Baker family home movie collection. Never took Jack Baker for the get the video camera out for all the special occasions kind of dad, but what do we know? I'm just thinking about all this footage that is being recorded onto VHS tape and left around on this plantation. It's set in 2017. After the events of Resident Evil 6, videotape recording technology is uncommon to find, big and clunky. It just doesn't matter. Deep breath. It's just a game, not always supposed to make sense. That's it for this bonus video. I wasn't planning on making another video this week, but when I saw this trailer I knew I had to do a breakdown. Thanks everyone. Again, I apologize for the sickness. I hope it wasn't too bad. If you haven't checked it out yet, I made a video earlier on this week asking the question, will Resident Evil 7 be any good? Check that out or subscribe to my channel. I'll be uploading weekly videos on all things survival horror if you like that kind of thing. Thanks again. Laters.